Welcome back to another episode of Cross Culture. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Connor.
Welcome back. Today we are talking about temptation. Almost forgot.
Temptation.
Tim?
My friend Tim.
He's tacious.
What?
Tim is tacious. But no, talking a lot about
This is good water.
dude, it came from the fridge.
Let's go.
You ever get that fridge water?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't stand sink water.
Really? I love sink water.
I don't.
Tap. I get
Tap.
it straight from tap.
I'm better than tap.
I don't know.
It's either the fridge water or Voss. I don't go anywhere lower than that.
Yeah. Sorry. That was really off topic. All right.
Temptation.
Yes.
Like what is temptation? How do we recognize it? How do we avoid it? How do we fight it? How do we run from it? How do we not do it towards others? Like there's a whole spiel we can go on.
That's
for
true,
it,
yeah.
which we're gonna.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
It's like the whole topic.
We have like the whole episode to do
What?
that.
If our equipment complies.
Why would it not?
Why wouldn't it? We never mess up anything ever. Everything's done in one take. I
Anyways.
swear.
Anyways, so yeah, let's talk about it. Well, first, let's just go over like, what actually is temptation.
Well, like if you just Google like what is something that's tempting, you're gonna get kind of a negative and a positive, where it's just like, oh, it could be something that you're just interested in. Like I could be tempted to try out if you say you're in high school, a new sport. Just be like, I just want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not usually how the Bible uses it.
No,
The Bible uses it in a very like, all right, temptation is usually something that is appealing to you, but it's almost always a sin.
Yeah,
It
or
almost,
bad, right?
right.
Yeah.
So when we're discussing about the Bible, which is what we do on this channel, temptation is bad.
Yeah,
We're talking about sin.
for sure. Yeah, I also think it's like, I think about anything that obstructs your person. Like, for example, it's not necessarily a sin to eat Oreos, right? But, you know, if you're...
You gonna go off on that spiel?
Well, not Oreos, but off-brand Oreos. Anyway, and you just eat the Oreo, like somebody like offers you an Oreo, maybe like while you're on a diet or you're trying to keep yourself like healthy and stuff and trying to stay away from those foods, and that would be tempting, right? And so, but also other things like a naked woman in front of you, you know, that's. I mean, those are two completely. Oreos are naked, but yes, those are pretty tempting.
Or, you know anything.
Anything could be tempting.
Sure.
Yeah.
And certain things are sent to others that aren't to others, which is because personal convictions do exist. Like some people don't enjoy to eat meat. They don't like it. They enjoy rather than have a vegetarian diet.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel wrong when they eat meat. To them, it is sin. That's just it.
Yep.
To the one who enjoys eating meat, I can't tell them, oh, you're wrong. You know, you have to. In the Bible, they tells us, you can eat it. They just don't want to.
The Bible says you can eat pork chops.
And I can't. It does. I don't like pork chops.
Really?
I can't do them, man.
They're too like chewy, right?
Maybe I haven't had good ones.
Ivorshire.
Oh,
I like a good steak. You know, with some like chimichurri sauce.
my favorite is just a rack of ribs.
Oh.
I can't beat it.
Some barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Ribs, at least when it comes
Ribs
to
are really good. Oh, when they fall off the bone, though. I don't know why I keep doing this Texas action.
Oh yeah, why'd you tell them what state we live in?
I didn't.
Oh shoot!
I said I don't know why I keep doing this Texas action.
Right, we don't live in. Maybe I gave it away.
Oh shoot! They're gonna find us. They know we live in Texas.
Oh no! Good luck. Remember the Alamo. Oh gosh, we're so freaking.
What the heck are we talking about?
Temptation.
Oh yeah. So like but if the meat person, if the guy that eats meat and he likes eating meat, it's not a sin for him. He should probably not eat meat around the vegetarian or the vegan.
Right. Paul talks about that. He's like, if he caused another one to stumble, he's like, I'd rather never eat meat again,
Yeah.
just to not have them stumble in what their like personal convictions are.
And that's kind of like that's kind of radical if you think about it. What Paul
Absolutely.
says, because I think a lot of days, a lot of us are so, maybe we've already talked about this before, but like stuck in this individual like culture where we're so like me, you know. And so, oh well, yeah, he doesn't eat meat, but I'm gonna free. Like I love meat,
Mm-hmm.
so meat. But Paul's like, no, I'm willing to give up this major like nutritional. I mean, not he wouldn't say that, but like this major thing that I eat a lot for the sake of my brother and sister in Christ, right? Just so that they don't sin. Like that's not even like for their death or anything. Because I think there's a, you know, if maybe you came up to me, you know, you're like, I'm gonna die if you eat another piece of meat. Or something
Oh my
like
gosh.
that's kind of extreme, but I probably would be like, okay, I probably will not eat meat, you know, like, because then I don't want you to die. But he's just saying, no, like, I don't want my brother to sin.
Right.
Like, that's how seriously he takes it. And I don't know, that's, like I said, that's not something that you really would see today. But
And I really like the verse that Jesus says. He's like, the greatest form of love is to lay down one's life for one another. And like, you can really take that to the highest you can, of like, oh, okay, yeah, he means like to die for somebody else as he does. And sure, yeah,
Yeah.
he does, but also like in smaller ways.
Mhm.
I can put what I like aside for the sake of you for just an hour.
Mm.
That is laying down my life. It's the way I live my life. Is it dying for you physically? Not literally, but it is me putting down my life
yeah,
just for the benefit of another Christian.
yeah.
But second question on it that we
Oh.
have:
Oh.
how do we know we are being tempted, Connor?
So I would say it's gonna be pretty obvious when you're being tempted is that you're gonna feel this desire to do something that you know you're not supposed to do. So your inner self is like at conflict with each other. Like I would say it's your flesh and your spirit, and that's biblical as well. That your flesh and spirit are going to be wanting to do two different things. And Paul talks about this in Romans 7, where he's like, I do the things that I do not want to do because if I do them, you know, like he goes on. But that's not verbatim, but like
I really hope y'all can't hear that dog outside.
that is a dog.
If y'all can't, I'm sorry. Y'all are suffering, as I am.
That
Her name is Bella. She's the neighbor's dog.
dang, now you're really doxing us.
Continue what you're saying.
Yeah, so I think it's yourself at conflict, and that's kind of how you know is, like for example, with me, I know it's not right to lay in bed all day and watch Instagram reels or something.
Sure.
Okay, I know it's not right, but there is my flesh that just wants to do that. It just wants to be a lazy bum and just do that, right? But and so that's in itself. While I'm doing it, I know it's bad, but I'm still like indulging in it, and so that's not really how you know it's a tempt when it's tempting when you're doing it. But in the moment, I knew that was a temptation, right? Because of the way I'm feeling right now. But you can feel it even before. It's like you know it's gonna be bad when you do it.
Because you know it's wrong beforehand?
Yeah.
What about towards the naive?
What do you mean?
Say someone is young in their faith.
Yeah.
And they simply just don't know something. How would they know they're being tempted?
Well, so there's kind of two different thought processes of going about it. Is one is that like everybody has the law in their heart, and so they would know if it's wrong or not. That's kind of one way to think about it. But others, they could just be naive. They could not know that it's not wrong, and so I wouldn't say that's even temptation. You know, I would, because they might not feel that it's wrong, which would not be tempting. That's not what temptation is, knowing it's wrong, and still having the desire to do it. But if you don't know it's wrong, then it's more that is more of just, you know, being in the wrong without knowing, which is still sin, right? But I wouldn't say that's temptation. That's a little different, because I feel like I said, temptation is something that you have to know going in, that you know it's wrong.
I guess I would just say they're deceived.
Huh?
They're deceived.
Yeah,
They don't know any better.
Right.
It's like, not only do they not know better, they've been shown what's wrong. Especially if they're living a life where they're like, oh yeah, sure, premarital sex, who cares, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm like the new Christian. I'm just starting this, but me and my girlfriend or a girlfriend with her boyfriend, like they're just doing things and like it's their boy until they know.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're just deceived.
Yeah. Once they know,
then
I think they will start. That's when it becomes temptation,
mm-hmm.
because then they'll know it's wrong.
But before that, it's just ignorance,
Mm-hmm.
ignorance and deception. But
that's why they say ignorance is bliss.
they do say that,
but it's not virtuous.
right?
That's a quote I heard.
How do we know something's wrong or not, though?
How do we know if it's wrong?
Yeah,
Bible.
sure, but not everything's in there.
That's true, but everything is. There's a bunch of things in here that are principalized to today. So, for example, going on your phone and looking at two people having sex.
Right.
Like, we know that's wrong, even though there's nothing in the Bible that says anything about, going on your phone and looking at that kind of thing. But we know it's wrong based off the principles from the Bible and what it teaches us about, like, lust and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there's, like, things that, like, that's, like, a general statement, because, like, we would call that lust, right? There's probably other things as well that we would say is wrong, like going over the speed limit. That's not talked about in the Bible, but Paul says, obey the governing authorities in your life.
Yeah.
And
also, like, things like, well, yes, it literally doesn't say, make sure you don't go over the speed limit, but the repercussions are talked about in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't commit murder.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm intentionally going at 110 down the freeway, I'm choosing to make that decision.
Right.
And if you hit somebody, it's called manslaughter.
Yeah.
You murdered somebody. You intentionally chose to break the law. You put everyone's lives at risk so you could get somewhere 8 minutes faster.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you look at it at face value, of course, yeah, it doesn't say not to speed. But the effects are very simple of what your actions cause. Like you said, looking at certain things on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible talks about lust. It's what everything breaks down into.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun.
No matter how complex we make it, it's not new.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, just
in a new style.
New style, more convenient.
We revamped it.
Oh,
we made it so cool now.
You could just do it. Oh, I'm not continuing what I'm saying.
just do it. That's kind of what it is, though. It's like everything is very accessible now, to get you to do it.
That dog is just going nuts, dude. I apologize.
Oh man.
I hope y'all can't hear it because
I kind of hope they do, because then we're just like laughing at nothing. Then we're just like, what are they laughing at? There's a dog. I think there's a dog.
It's me. I'm a dog.
Whoa. I will never stoop to that level, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah, even at that, like you said, like compare it to the scriptures. Like, would Jesus do it? And there are some things that Jesus does, and of course, we're not Jesus.
Yeah.
There are certain things other characters in the Bible do, and we're not that character.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure, really is this for me, and is this for me to live out?
Right. I think there's some instances where you can't really use this, but like I like to think about like an authority figure in my life, like Jesus or like my parents or something. Like, would I do it around those people?
Mm-hmm. Or how would I feel seeing them do it?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Would I be disgusted? Would I be sad? Would I be angry?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be happy?
Yeah. And I will say that principle doesn't really hold up in every scenario, because there's some things that you're gonna do that is okay that you probably don't want to do in front of your parents, but like.
Oh, okay.
But then but I think that principle holds up for a lot of scenarios. That's what I'm saying.
Sure, yeah. Everything is situational. a lot of people like to try to take the Bible as like, oh, it's just black and white, and some things in it are black and white. Jesus is God, that's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But some things are like, just they're just not.
And I think mystery is a good thing
Sure.
in some scenarios. Like, we as finite human beings don't necessarily need to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And God's given us the things that we need to know, and it's in here, But so there's some things that are mysterious. But for me, I think sin is it's very clear. I think it's very clear what is sin and not in the Bible.
I really like that. In like Ecclesiastes, Solomon's writing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the wisest person to ever exist,
Right.
forever and ever,
Mm-hmm.
right? Besides God Himself. That man was sad, man.
Yeah.
He knew so much and was so wise at so many things and experienced, gosh, done everything the world could offer, and he's just sad. Like, dang, man, maybe it's better just to be not so smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get sad like Solomon.
It's just gonna get sad. Yeah. That is true. That's a very. I'm very interested in his story.
Mm-hmm.
About like just the way that his life like panned out, because he struggled with temptation.
Right. A lot.
Yeah, and he didn't usually battle it quite well.
Oh, it took him to just accept all of it, to be like, dang, this
Yeah.
is cheeks, man. This is no good. Because I
Right.
mean, literally, the opening line it's probably one of those, like, the best hook of all the Bible books.
Uh-huh.
Just meaningless. Everything is meaningless.
Mm.
Oh, okay. We're getting in it.
The vanity of vanities. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's very captivating because in so many ways we can identify and relate to Solomon, like, which is weird because, like you said, he had the most wisdom out of anybody. He was a king.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know many kings.
Oh, man.
not
I know
kings
one.
in-
I know one.
I do know one.
He's King of Kings.
All right, I don't know very many. I don't know any, but and then and that, but we're still going through the same thing he said he's going through.
Mm-hmm.
He still did everything that we did as well, or that we do as well. Not everything, but to the same extent, right? And so it's a very interesting set of books that we have in his writings. I love all of his writings so much.
Ecclesiastes is
It's a very good book.
the Old Testament books. It might be my favorite.
Really?
Honestly, like, especially like the of like another book that's my favorite is just Genesis.
Mm.
I love the later chapters of Jacob and Joseph,
Yeah.
and I like how in detail like Joseph is. There's so many small details happening,
Yeah.
and then only going back and reading it, you start seeing what's going to come because of these decisions.
Right.
Like as Joseph's in power and he's starting to move all his family into Egypt because of the 7 years of famine and 7 years of like fortune for Egypt.
Mhm.
So he's moving his family in, and it's just a little small comment. It's like the Egyptians didn't like Hebrews. That's it. They wouldn't sit at the same table with them and eat with them.
Yeah.
And then in the next book in Exodus, you have Pharaoh who doesn't know Joseph at all.
Yeah.
And then he starts mistreating the slaves that he had, and to such a bad degree. And the guy's like, "Well, y'all need to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get y'all out of there."
Mm-hmm.
But off topic.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite books.
Yeah, and it reads like a really like cool. It's like a family drama too,
Yeah.
And you see the generations that struggle with all this and that. But yeah, it's cool.
My favorite part, I think it's so funny in Genesis, is when Jacob's blessing Joseph's sons,
Yeah.
his two oldest sons. And Joseph wants him to bless the older one with the greater blessing because it's his firstborn.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob doesn't do that. He just doesn't. He hits one of these moves when he's
like,
touching them.
Psych.
And then like Joseph tries to move his hands back. Jacob's like, he gets mad at him. He's like, "Stop it." He puts his hands back anyways. Okay, Dad. He just listens.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Next
It's a good
question.
book. It's a good. Yeah. Next question.
Next question. We derailed.
Yeah. Here, I'll ask it.
Ooh.
So we have temptation. What do we do about it?
Nothing.
What?
No, you
No,
don't.
you're right. No. How do we escape it? How do we escape temptation? How do we get out of this life?
Well, escape is usually like when it comes to different types of temptations, like you said, like on like just bed rotting, just laying down, being lazy. You just got to get up. You got to force yourself to get up and do something. And a good way to do that, because sometimes it's hard to discipline yourself to get up, and you have to create something that requires you to get up, whether that be like employment or
That's true.
or dependence, like
Yeah.
having someone who, not necessarily like having kids. I'm not just gonna suggest be like, oh, you don't want to be lazy, go have kids.
Why not?
Some people don't learn and they lazy with kids anyways. I wouldn't wish that upon that child.
That's true.
But like something small that you may enjoy. Do you like plants? Be a gardener. You got to get up and go water them. Or even something also small, like feed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then be creative in the way you feed yourself. Don't just get fast food. Don't be lazy. Cook something. Like there's all kinds of escapes for laziness and that kind of temptation. But like lustful temptation, leave. Like if you're in your room, you're alone.
Get out there.
Get out.
Go stand on your bed.
Like
Do push-ups.
do push-ups. Leave the solitariness.
Yeah.
Go for a run. Like literally,
Go for a run.
do the most bizarre thing. I don't care, but do something.
Call
else.
your friend. Turn the lights on. That's because you're not gonna do none of that.
Or if you can't even like you trust yourself that much, like
Yeah.
especially like if I don't know anything, and like especially if you don't live alone, take your door off your hinges.
Take your door off your hinges.
Be crazy about it.
Or if you do live alone, like just before you go to bed, plug your phone into charger outside your room.
Sure.
Get out there.
Have an alarm clock in your room.
Yeah.
Just remove that kind of stuff that gives you easy access.
Paul says, "Make no provision for sin." That's what he says.
Don't even give it a single step towards you.
Right. And so if that means, it's okay to take extremes when you're dealing with sin.
Mhm.
It's okay to take extremes. But I think here's the thing, Mike. I think that we sometimes take extremes before we do the easiest thing, which is praying to God.
Absolutely.
Jesus says, "Call upon his name."
Mm-hmm.
Call upon his name and demons shall fear.
Right.
So call upon his name. Say, "Jesus, I need help. I am a weak man. I'm a weak woman. I need you in this moment."
And it can be really hard to do that, especially like when you're battling lust. Like your mind can get so foggy, like you're so hyper fixated on what your flesh wants.
Yeah.
It's hard to let out a whole prayer.
Right.
But you don't have to let out a whole prayer in that way. If you can just get the word, the name of Jesus out, it will start to go away. I guarantee it. Those things will start to vanish from you. Especially with like the fogginess. God's a God of peace. He is.
Prince of Peace, yeah.
So like there's no room for uncertainty, no room for your thoughts to be just
Yeah.
Just call upon his name.
Call upon his name.
But really what we're trying to get with that is like find an out. An out that works for you and works well and that you can share with others if they need it. That will remove these temptations from your life.
Yeah.
Whether it be overindulgence in fast food, because that can be addicting. Some people will just get it and they get it and they get it, and then it's just like their bank accounts will suffer from it because they're just buying all this literally crap.
Yes.
And how do you break the cycle of fast food? Shoot. Watch your bank account suffer is one way.
Yeah, you're like, oh, frick. $60.
Yeah, do the math. Oh my goodness. If you go out to eat 3 times a week,
Yeah, you're basically broke.
let's say that Whataburger meal is $15 each time.
Gosh, dude.
You just spent $45 that week. Say you do it every week.
So I think of it as like fast food. When I think of fast food, I think it's like, okay, I want to buy something, right? Let's say it's a book, okay, that I like. It's $20. So I save my $20, my money's, and then, yeah. But if I'm spending like 2 meals on fast food, I can't get that book. or that's the same cost of a book. And usually when I see that price of the book, like $20, like $20 for a book, $20 for that book, but I'm spending so much more on fast food, so it's just
Right.
not worth it.
Right, and that's sacrifice.
Yeah.
I'll sacrifice this, which is not important, for something better, something more worth my time.
Yeah, and I think that's a biblical value as well. Is like self-control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sustaining yourself for the greater reward.
Right. So yeah, I definitely putting a price on what
Fast food actually is.
right, and that one's an easy price to it comes with one, but like laziness,
Mm.
like are you tempted every day to call into work? I mean, most of us are, but do you do it?
Yeah.
Do you act on that, or do
Right.
you get up and do you go? And it's much easier to call in when you don't have so many responsibilities. But like, if you have that issue and like you have kids and a wife,
Yeah.
you got to get up and go, because there's a price on that. It's not just like, whatever I spend that day while I'm off. You are, in a kind of backward sense, you're spending that whole day's worth of money just so you can stay home.
Yeah.
Say you make $200 in a day, you're spending $200 to spend 8 hours more in your bed.
Yeah.
That's a huge price. And when
I
someone
think
puts
about
it in
that.
numbers,
Yeah. It's like frick.
it's like that's a lot of money I just wasted
Mhm.
when I could have just went to work.
Mm.
Especially if you work in like a relaxed job and all that. Even it doesn't even matter. Just get up and go.
Do something. Yeah. All right.
But there is one specific sin that Jesus does tell us about that you can't fight it, and that is the sin of lust. You can't fight it. You won't win. Run from it,
Mhm.
which we were talking about, like lust. Like get out of it.
Yeah.
Go do something else. Get out of that room. Remove your door. So I think it's very important that like don't try to combat that.
Mhm.
And I think this is just from my perspective. I can't back it with any verses, not intentionally, anyways. So take a little bit of leniency.
Okay.
Because it's mainly because that I mean, the act of sex is a gift from God
Sure.
within the confines of marriage.
Yes.
Outside of it, that's a no. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's what's giving into lust. Which is why I think Jesus tells us to run from it, because part of it is something that can be so good and so like well done, especially with someone that you trust so much to give the rest of your days with them.
Mm-hmm.
So in that aspect, like it's a beautiful thing, right? But doing it outside of it obviously isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that's why Jesus tells us to run from it rather than fight it.
Yeah.
Because I think if you try to fight it and grow to hate the action rather than the circumstance you're doing it in,
Sure.
I think that can lead to some issues in a marriage.
Right.
Like you can
I
just
agree.
be disinterested in your spouse
Yeah.
because you've trained yourself to hate it. Now, hating the sin is fine, but that one's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Not in like the sin aspect, hate the sin part, of course.
But
But you see what I'm trying to say?
the thing itself is not bad. It's bad when taken out of what it's meant to be.
Right.
Like you've taken this good thing and you've perverted it.
Sure.
And that's a bad thing, but the thing itself is not bad. Just like I mean that's what a lot of sin, gluttony as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is like food is not a bad thing. In fact, it's a necessity.
But overindulgence.
Yes, but and that gluttony is not just food as well, but it's just overindulging, right? In anything, and so we need to have like a sense of. I think that would fall under the thing of self-control, which is a very important thing to have.
But what was the next one question?
I don't know. Why don't you find out?
Ooh.
No, I'm just messing.
How do we fully overcome our temptations?
How do we fully overcome our temptations?
Yeah.
I think with a lot of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of prayer. And I don't know if sometimes you can fully overcome it, but it's a long battle, and I don't know if I've had a sin that I've fully overcome to, where I'm like, I know that is in the past, and I will never do that ever again, because I still I still get tempted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what it means to be fully overcome is that you're not even tempted by it.
I would say there's definitely one that I have, and
Mm-hmm.
it's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I used to drink with friends before I was saved, and
Right.
that was very much something I enjoyed doing. But now, like I'm at the grocery store and I walk past it. It's not a tempt. It's not like a
Yeah.
oh man, those were the days. Like no,
Yeah.
like I don't. It's nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally nothing to me. It's not like I look down on it. Like I know we can have like one or two. Like it depends on setting, of course, and it depends on who you're around. Same thing as like eating meat around like the vegetarian. You don't want to cause your brother or sister to stumble. But there's literally zero interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a temptation. It's not. It's just. Psh.
That's good. Yeah. So like, why do you think that? Or like, when do you think that happened?
Well, I mean, because even when I was first starting to become like a Christian, like
Yeah.
I still did drink a little bit.
Okay.
Even I say a little bit.
Okay.
I'm being a little. I'm flattering myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a lot.
Okay. You still drink, right? Yeah.
But I don't like every time I did, the more like I became aware of the effects that it was having.
Mm-hmm.
And like, sure, yeah, the hangover, everybody knows about that, whatever. But like, I don't know, it felt like it hurt more. It felt like it just was worse.
Yeah.
And like and again, like I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing it,
Yeah.
and I started putting like the actual price on it because drinking is expensive.
Yeah. That's true.
Goodness, especially if you're trying to host and have friends over. My goodness, that crap is
It's basically like half your
it's
paycheck.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And if you do so much of it, you're throwing it up.
Mm.
And you got then everything tastes like it for like the next day. Oh gosh, it sucks.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So you would say like you found that it not only that it was hindering your relationship between God, but it was also not good for you.
Right.
You know, and I think that's kind of profound because I think a lot of things we look at what God says and we're like, well, why does God not allow us to do this? But if you look at what God does not allow us to do, it's not only that He doesn't want us to do this because it's bad for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's physically bad for us. Drinking a lot is not good for you.
Correct.
Um,
It'll kill your kidney.
yeah,
Kidneys.
having a lot of sex outside of marriage, that's not good for you because I mean you can contract any sort of disease, right?
Right, especially if you're doing it with a bunch of different people.
Right.
Yeah, you can catch something.
For sure.
And more or less, it'll catch you.
Yeah.
And you're stuck with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously that's not good. Disease is not good.
Mm-hmm.
In any sort of drug and like that's just going to cause even more harm to you.
Besides medicines, like actual like
Controlled. Well, those are like controlled substances, right?
Right.
I'm talking about like hardcore, like
Mm-hmm.
like heroin is obviously like, gosh dang.
Like
Bad.
it's stuff that makes you lose a sense of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like I've done a lot of like electrical work down in like downtown Houston,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of addicted people in Houston. It's so sad to see
Mm.
people who are just walking around, and you could see that they aren't any.
They're not there.
They're not there.
I was literally I was at a bookstore the other day and I was just like looking at books and some guy walks up to me, he's like, huh? Or he wasn't even saying words, he was just saying like noises at me and like laughing. And I was like I didn't even say anything, I just like looked at him and smiled. And then he kept like talking to me, I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. And then they like had to escort him out of the building. I'm like, yeah, that but it hurt me. I was like, that's sad.
Especially like there was this one time I was walking into work and across the street, someone ended up calling the police just to try to get him some help. And thank goodness they did. They beat me to it, and I'm really glad they did.
Right.
But he was literally just like laying down on the street. And there's like a little side section in most of Houston's lanes where it's like a bike lane. And he's laying on the edge of that bike lane and his head's hanging off into the traffic side.
Oof.
Nothing graphic happened.
Yeah.
He didn't die, but he kind of sits up real fast. And this is while I'm walking past him, he sits up, and first thing is, do I have to defend myself?
Right.
Because they can be unstable.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits up, He like spins around like a little kid, still sitting, like his knees are up and he's got his hands up, and he just throws himself back and his head hits the road, and he just lays there. And like I was like I kind of freaked out. I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And then one of the other guys ended up calling the police, and a guy, the ambulances came later, and we went to work. But like yeah, like he's hurting himself because this stuff is already attacking him inside.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, one of the saddest pieces I heard was like a lot of times people who are super addicted to drugs, especially like people who are homeless and addicted to drugs, will refuse to go into homeless shelters because the homeless shelter doesn't allow drugs in there. So they'll just refuse it and just stay outside. Like it's how consumed they are with their addictions.
Right.
And what is their either temptation or their deception. And it's so sad to see.
Yeah, but like you said though, we know it's not good for us, and so I think that's a good way. I think that's one good way to overcome it.
Has been an episode of Cross Culture, guys. Thank y'all for watching. I am your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Connor.
We'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Adios.